City Council, May 18th, 2026, order. Join me in the pledge of allegiance. This is also, so kind of.
Yes. Begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag, of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mary, can you please have roll call?
Mayor Pro Tem De Silva,
Present.
Councilmember Scott Fung,
Present.
Councilmember Lorraine Worthy, excused absence, Councilmember Maria Roscoe.
Present.
And Mayor Jose Rios.
Present. All righty, moving on to presentations. The first one on our list is the Gonzalez High School Field and Track Team that took league title. Mary, are you going to join me up to present the? Okay, just as a protocol, what we're gonna do is we're gonna award you a certificate of recognition. And then we're gonna ask each member to come up to the tier. And then after that, we'd like to take a picture with you to save for posterity. That's okay with all of you. We're also gonna ask the coaches to come up and say a few words about the team. Hey, Mary.
Yeah, so we have certificates of recognition to the Gonzalez High School track team. On behalf of the City Council of the City of Gonzalez, we would like to express our congratulations on winning the first ever championship title in the PCAL Santa Lucia division. Your hard work and commitment have set a high standard of excellence for your school, your family, your community. Once again, congratulations and go Spartans. And we have Silvestre Arellanes. Jordan Askew. No. Okay, so we'll keep them and give.
We'll keep it here, we'll give it to the coaches, is that all right?
Eduardo Barragan. Okay, not here either.
Good.
Lawrence Betancourt. No. Aiden Borongan.
You.
Brian Bravo. No, he's not. Jonathan Chavez. He's coming. Over here. Okay,
Would you just go to the podium, in front of the podium, please?
they're here, yeah. Behind the, yes.
Behind the TV
TV.
monitor there.
Santiago Cuevas. No. Ethan Duarte. No. Victor Fierros. No.
Thank you for representing Gonzalez so well. Thank you.
Daniel Fuentes. He's coming.
Thank you for representing Gonzalez.
Josiah Guerrero. No. Aaron Hernandez Leon. No, he's no. Jael Hernandez. Jesús Maciel. No. Giancarlo Magaña. Yes.
Awesome, thank you so much.
Joshua Mariscal. No. Sebastián Núñez. Brandy Ochoa. Gabriel Prieto. No. Nicolás Reyes. No. Alejandro Rodríguez. He's coming to your left. Yes. Miguel Rosas. Junior Ruiz. Hugo Isaac Soto. Octavio Valdés. José Vázquez. They're all practicing, I guess. And now we got coaches Margie Daniels. And Mike Ramirez. Is he here? Let me-
Podium's all yours.
Thank you. Good evening. I would like to take this moment to please recognize my female athlete, Liz Bagyao, who is a double individual champion and also qualified for Masters and the CCS championship. So if I could have her come on up. She is only a sophomore and this is her third title. So we are very proud of her and I would love for you to stand up there with the rest. And I'd also like to acknowledge my assistant coach, Dylan Oliveros. You can come on up here with me. I know Mike would love to be here, but he is on a well-deserved vacation down south visiting his grandchildren. So I will gladly accept his certificate for him. I do want to express my sincerest gratitude to the school district and the community of Gonzales for investing in our beautiful stadium and track. I believe it made a huge difference. And as I've always known, I've worked at Gonzales for a very long time. We've produced many champions, individual champions. We are filled with talented student athletes. We just needed the tools and facility to really excel. And so for the first time in 100 years, we won our first title, the first season using that stadium. So thank you to the community and for believing in us. I do want to commend all the boys because it is not easy to win a track meet. I've been trying for many, many years. And I do want to say how important it was for them to, or how much it meant to the team and us coaches, for them to get out of their comfort zone and try new events, like the pole vault. Giancarlo over here, who's the only freshman, he was a thrower and we needed these points because depth is what wins track meets. I don't think he even knew what pole vault was, but he was willing to, again, step out of his comfort zone and try something new in order to help the team. And Jonathan over there as well, who, you know, is a sprinter, was like, sure, I'll do the mile relay. And they ended up winning. So, and Victor, He ran over 3.5 miles every meet to help us get points. And I'm sure you recognize some of the athletes up there. This Victor and Jael and Aiden, this is their second championship this year. So. But I do believe that I could not have done this, or the athletes could not have done this without an amazing coaching staff. Like Coach O here, he helped tremendously with the jumps. All his jumpers got first place. And I had a former athlete come back and help us. Young man, still at school working, and he helped our high jumpers also sweep that event. So I want to thank my coaching staff for all their support, and of course our principal Keith Thorbon, who has been amazing and so supportive and encouraging, and stayed to the very end at our track meet. So I thank you, Principal Thorbon.
Yeah, so just kind of to reiterate, of course, like to thank Coach Daniels, Coach Mike, Coach Justin. Obviously, those two aren't here right now, but to see them out at work every single day showing up. Of course, the support from administration goes a long way too. Not only was it our first year with an actual track and field, right, that you can actually compete on, but just to have their support and making sure those meets we did have this year were successful. That was huge for the city of Gonzales. I know it's the first championship in 100 years, but it's just the first of many to come. It's the first time, right, we've been given a fair chance to have the facilities that other schools have. So we're very grateful for the city for investing and believing that we can really make this into something. And it's only the first year. And so to already bring a championship, I think was great. But more than anything, I got to thank these boys for showing up every single day. I've had the privilege of coaching with them for the past couple of years already. And so just to keep growing every single year and have them be so coachable, trying new events, many of them having 4 events every single meet. It takes a burden, right? It's a lot physically and mentally, but these boys weren't scared. They stepped up to the challenge, and this was the result.
Nicholas Reyes.
Yes.
We're gonna stand behind you.
I'll have to get on the chair now. Okay, Liz, oh, there you go.
I know. I can do my tiptoe.
There you go.
As you can stand, these gentlemen are following.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Got it.
Right on time, Nico?
You got it.
I got it. I made it back.
It's only May. Why are they practicing football?
Okay. Let's continue with the meeting. Do we need to make a motion on this one, Mike? Okay, so we're gonna be proclaiming the week of May 17th to the 23rd, Public Works, National Public Works Week. Do I have a motion to approve this?
So move.
Second.
There you
I have a motion and a second. Motion's on my right, excuse me.
The other right.
Mother right. Motion's on my left, seconds on my right. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. All right, next on the agenda, I am so honored to be.
Through
next-
the mayor, real quick, I don't know if some of the guys from Public Works are here, and so
Are they
I
gonna say
wanted to
something?
give Director Hurtado to,
Octavio?
you're gonna read the resolution?
Sorry, Mr. Hurtado, I would love to read it.
If somebody, he'd like somebody to read the resolution for Public Works Week. So,
Please.
we could read it, or if one of you guys would like to.
Is it up there?
We've got some of the team members here, Mayor, that we'd like to have recognized, so just,
Sorry, Carver, you're gonna have to help me on this
It's
one.
okay.
I apologize. Beyond this,
Councilmember Silva will read the resolution, and then we'll just have, the guys come up, and we'll thank them for all their work.
Liz, you're on.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Proclamation number 2026-04. Whereas Public Works staff is responsible for the infrastructure, facilities, and services that are of vital importance to sustainable and resilient communities and to the public health, high quality of life, and well-being of residents, visitors, and businesses in the city of Gonzales. And whereas these infrastructures, facilities, and services could not be provided without the dedicated efforts of Public Works professionals who are engineers, managers, and employees at all levels of government and the private sector, who are responsible for rebuilding, improving, and protecting our nation's transportation, water supply, water treatment, solid waste systems, public buildings, and other structures and facilities essential for our citizens. And whereas it is in the public interest for citizens, civic leaders, children in the city of Gonzales to gain knowledge of and understand the public works programs in their communities. And whereas the year 2026 marks the 66th annual National Public Works Week sponsored by the American Public Works Association. And whereas in keeping with this year's National Public Works Week theme of rooted in service, powered by community, which highlights the cornerstones and motivate public works professionals to serve their communities every day, the public works staff with the cities of Gonzales, Soledad, Greenfield, and King City regularly collaborate on various public works aspects, including coordinating the training of our public works field personnel. And whereas the city of Gonzales is an active member of the American Public Works Association, including participating in events held by the Monterey Bay chapter. Now, therefore be it proclaimed, I, Mayor Jose L. Rios, on behalf of the City Council of the City of Gonzales, do hereby proclaim the week of May 17th to the 23rd, 2026 as National Public Works Week, and urge our residents to join with representatives of the American Public Works Association and government agencies in activities and ceremonies that pay tribute to our public works professionals, engineers, managers, and employees, and recognize the substantial contributions they make to our community's health, safety, and quality of life. I'll get this to you.
So, we have some public works employees, want to come up? Think it's, There you go. So, I'd like to just, say a few words about, Martin, Frank, and Jimmy, who are here representing our Public Works Department. They have been through a lot this year. They've been through a lot during the day, and they've been through a lot during the night. They're they're the other first responders. They get calls at all hours of the day and night, and without them, our city wouldn't run as efficiently as it does today. I'm honored to have them on the Public Works team in Gonzales. They not only do what's needed, but they're also thinking, and they're also giving ideas and saying, what if we do it this way? It might be better. So as a team, we're working together to make the city better. So I appreciate all of you guys and the guys that aren't here as well. So.
Come on. Come on. You guys want me down there? Want me down there?
You want to come down or?
Absolutely.
We're gonna have to make a gate for him right here.
Okay, so how do you keep in the middle so I can see Liz?
I'm
Okay,
trying
there
to
you
stand
go.
on my tiptoes.
There you go.
Go ahead, get in, Martin. You won't block him. I'll go down, okay.
Oh, yeah, not, right. How you doing, Brandon? Missed you, sorry, sir. I say, I was great.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, got it.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Reach out, you got your chair now. You got it.
One back and forward.
Make a jigsaw, huh?
Will make you think.
Well, I am so deeply honored that I'm sitting next to such a great lady. I am proud to present to you all the Ag Woman of the Year for Monterey County. As far as I'm concerned, they could have chosen no better person. Honestly, I have known this lady for 6 years now, on this diocese, and a little bit before that. Where she gets the energy, I don't know. Honestly, if they could bottle that, I'll tell you what, we wouldn't need electric cars. We have Liz power. So, Carmen, myself, Mary were present at her presentation, and I gotta be honest with you, I thought for sure, once we showed up, Carmen, myself, and Mary, I thought she's gonna figure it out, she's gonna figure it out, she's gonna figure it out. But even when they started saying who they were presenting it to, she actually said, yeah, Gonzalez resident. I thought, it was beautiful. It really was beautiful. Liz, I don't mean to make fun of it, but that's the kind of humble person you are. You never honestly thought it was gonna be you.
No. I
And,
didn't.
and you're,
And now you're gonna make me cry again.
no, you are more than deserving of that. And I was just proud to be in the audience and say, I know her, she's awesome, she's amazing. Great job, Liz.
Thank you. Thank you.
Would you please? Sorry, you can help me on that, I appreciate it. I see the doctor June 2nd, I'm actually hoping he says, okay, let's do the cornea transplant.
All right. Okay, so proclamation number 2026-03. Whereas Mayor Pro Tem Liz Silva was born in Salinas, California, but raised in Gonzales, where she attended the local schools and has remained active in the community. And whereas in 2009, Mayor Pro Tem Silva was appointed to fill a vacant city council seat. And since then, she has been reelected 4 times to serve the Gonzales community as a member of the city council and currently serves as Mayor Pro Tem. And whereas Mayor Pro Tem Silva has a long history of commitment, not only to the city of Gonzales, but also to the agricultural industry. And whereas in 1995, Mayor Pro Tem Silva started her long trajectory in agriculture as an executive assistant at Chiquita and then moved on to become the executive coordinator for Fresh Express. And finally, planning schedule coordinator for Ippolito Group in 2020, which she retired from in 2023. And whereas Mayor Pro Tem Silva doesn't hesitate to donate her time and energy to organizations that make a difference on the Central Coast, like the California Women for Ag, the League of California Cities Monterey Bay Division, Rancho Cielo, Monterey County Ag Ed Farm Day, the Monterey County Fair Heritage Association, Gonzales Economic Development Committee, the US 101 Traffic Safety Alliance, Girls Inc., the Lions Club, St. Theodore's Catholic Church, Salinas Valley Recycles, Salinas Valley Fair, and the Salinas Rodeo, and the California Rodeo Salinas. And whereas beyond her professional achievements, Mayor Pro Tem Silva is a tireless advocate for the agricultural community, where she serves as a mentor and role model and is an avid proponent of youth in agriculture. And whereas Mayor Pro Tem Silva has generously dedicated her time providing selfless efforts to the city of Gonzales and serves in a dignified, impartial, and professional manner with the highest level of integrity, honesty, dignity, and accountability. And whereas Mayor Pro Tem Silva profound commitment to our local agricultural industry is commendable, making her much deserving of this prestigious recognition of the Agricultural Woman of the Year. Now therefore be it proclaimed that the City Council of the City of Gonzales hereby extends its congratulations to Mayor Pro Tem Liz Silva on being selected as the Grower Shipper Foundation's 2026 Agricultural Woman of the Year.
Speech. Thank you, Carmen.
All I can say is, wow. I was honored. Everybody knew but me. How does that happen? As the mayor said, I was shocked. When they said Gonzales, I cheered, yay, you know, because there was a lot of others there. I did not see my mother or my brothers or my husband. They were sequestered. And when they did announce my name and Mary caught it on video, the first thing I said was, where's my mother? Because I've been to those recognition luncheons in the past. I am the 30th one. They took 3 years off during the pandemic. I am the second woman from Gonzales to receive this honor. It is a tri-county. They go to Santa Cruz, San Benito, and Monterey County. And I am humbled beyond words. There's no crown that goes with this. My brother says, did you get anything like a prize money or, you know, trips? No, I get a trip to maybe Chula, you know, who knows? But again, I'm humbled. And it's, I hope that the younger people that have heard about it, I saw a lot of young people at the fair this week down in King City who had heard about it. And they came back. These are kids that have received scholarships in the past, or they know of my involvement with our high school ag advisory committee, or just see me here in town, because as the proclamation says, I'm raised here. I'm a Spartan. My mom was a Spartan. I am humbled beyond words, and it was an awesome day. I'm glad people took pictures and videos because it was a little bit of a fog that day. And the lady from the Bank of America, who they were the presenting sponsors, she actually sat at my table. She sat at our table. I was not even cluing in on it because the table was sponsored by Matt Gorley. So it didn't raise any red flags. It's like, yeah, I know Matt. And Jose says, or no, not Jose, Butch Lindley says, oh, he's gotten tied up in Salinas, which he was. He had some issue up there. And again, I was clueless. But I saw a lot of young women that I've seen come up through the industry, different levels. One is even now going to be, I think, the CEO of one of the newest companies that has consolidated with other companies. But it's like I've told the kids, even at the fair, if you do even the work in the background, that guy always did. I was always support staff, and you just give back to your community. Maybe one day, I don't know. This is not anything one aspires to do, but you just want to do right to your community. And I hope I've done that. God bless you all. Thank you.
You. All right, moving on. Next item on the agenda is comments from the public. Any member of the public may address the council for a period not to exceed 2 minutes on any subject not on the agenda. The council will listen to all communications, but will take no action and make no comments. The podium is now open. Yes. Okay, I'm gonna look to this side.
Yeah, Mayor, so moved.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? I'd shoot him if they opposed. All righty, now the member of the public, the podium is all yours.
Hi, Henry Martinez, 112 10th Street. I had a weird visit over the weekend. My attorney that the cops arrested me, attorney, had a special meeting with me this weekend. I found it weird that we talked on a weekend. He says I was a fish in a barrel and they had a shotgun shooting at me. That's what fish in a barrel means. They told me that the evidence they have against me for being a bad person was I'm standing right here at this podium. They took all these videos, screaming, yelling, acting, flipping them off, doing this, speaks. It's all under freedom of speech. Can't be used against me. So I'm going to go tomorrow and plead a cop and say, guilty. Then I file a complaint against the police department for violating my speech, my freedom of speech. And I'm going to file it with the federal government that I'm being arrested for my free speech. We were attacked after we spoke twice. And then they mentioned to the DA that our behavior and what we say was used against me, the fish in the barrel. So tomorrow morning, I'm going to go plead guilty. And then I get to file them violating my free speech. I have the rules and conducts of the Brown Act, what a meeting should be run like. I have 2 minutes. I can stand here 2 minutes. I can flip him off for 2 minutes. But I don't do it to the council because I have respect for you guys. So tomorrow morning, civilly, we're going to be calling you guys as soon as we talk to the attorney, as soon as I hand this to my private defender and tell them that I'm going to plead guilty.
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay.
Yes, Henry Martinez III, 116 10th Street. What I'm going to be doing today is painting my curve. I spoke with Tim about it, and I spoke to you, Mayor, about painting the red curve on my front of the property, and that's do something good for the city, save money, and then spending it. So I like to do good in the city, help the city what they want. If they need to be like painting curbs, everything that they need. Like a volunteer wise, I'm always here to help and all that. My main issue is 4th of July is coming up pretty soon, and I want to have a good 4th of July. And I don't need any police officer to come raiding again on a kid's party, which is not informant for them to do that. But this time we got cameras set up. You guys trying to do any funny business and things stupid wise. We got cameras ready to record and everything. We're trying to have a good 4th of July. And now I'm going to be working with the football team and the fireworks stand because I support my football coach. He taught me through everything in high school, told me get your grades up, which I did, graduated from there, and I always will help my football coach. Thank you.
Thank you.
I don't think anybody's else comment. No, we're
No.
fine with that.
Okay. See no one else rushing the podium, or actually not hearing anybody rushing the podium. Is it Marisol on Zoom?
No, it's Joanna.
Yolanda?
Yeah.
Okay.
We do have a speaker,
Okay.
Henry and April.
Yeah, hello?
Yes. Henry Jr.?
Hey, I was at the meeting the other day about the measure and to find out that you guys are going to annually raise our taxes. This wasn't disclosed to people. You know, I am pushing it with the other landlords that we're voting no on this measure, and we got a lot of movement going towards this. We're not in it for a patch job. You guys should have paid the full thing and did it, but you guys went for half. We're not going to put a Band-Aid on the fire department. Also, since the chief is here, because he wasn't here last time, your officers who lied in court about assaults and any other things were all dismissed by the courts. I'm scot-free. And guess what? My dad's assault case also dropped and dismissed. And soon to be my son's as well. So I'm gonna be looking for the arrest of these officers for making false claims and striking civilians. And hopefully that you guys will actually act on this instead of having to have them lie in court and provide false documents, which are now in our possession. So good luck, Chief. I'm coming for you and your officers. I hope you retire soon.
That was it.
I guess that's it.
Anyone else?
No one else on Zoom.
Thank you. Mary, any comments via email?
There are no comments via email.
Okay. Then that being said, I'll go ahead and close the public comment period, bring it back for council discussion. Next on the agenda, agenda is the consent agenda, and that's 6.1 through 6.10. If you had an opportunity to review that, if there's any questions or items that you would like to have pulled, now is the time to speak up or hold your peace.
Nothing.
Nothing for you?
Nothing.
Okay. I'll entertain a motion for approval.
Mr. Mayor, motion to approve consent agenda as presented.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. All righty, moving on to the regular agenda item. Liz, would you be so kind as to read that for me?
Sure.
It's on the streets, I know that.
Item 7.1 tonight. Resolution number 2026-21, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Gonzales designating reconstructing Alta Minor Street between 3rd Street and 5th Street, 4th Street between Alta Minor Street and Belden Street, Rincon Road between 5th Street and Fairview Drive, and to slurry seal 5th Street from Alta Minor Street to Fano Road as the city's priority project for fiscal year 2026-2027, to be funded by SB1, the Road Repair and Accountability Act of 2017. Staff report. Where?
Mayor, members of the council, thank you. Before you this evening, we have the resolution to approve the streets that we are going to take care of using SB1 money. It's the SB is the Road Repair and Accountability Act of 2017. So this is the 10th year of that grant program. SB1 includes an accountability and transparency provision to ensure residents of the city of Gonzales are aware of the projects proposed for funding in our community and which projects have been completed each fiscal year. So the city must adopt a resolution to list the projects to receive funding from the road maintenance rehabilitation account created by SB1. The city received an estimated, expects to receive $239,000 in 26-27. And we plan to use these funds in addition to the funds that were received last year. Last year, the funds were allocated for Alta Minor between 3rd and 5th and 4th Street between Alta and Belden. Since we didn't do a project last year, the combined amount, $239,844 from this year for 26-27, in addition to $226,229 from 25-26. We want to use those funds for the same project but add to it. And so what we want to do is add doing a slurry seal and necessary patchwork on 5th Street in its, well, not its entirety, but from Alta, well, yes, in its entirety, from Alta to Fano Road, and restripe the entire project. We also want to do Rincon Road, the portion that's bad. It's from 5th Street to almost Fairview. We want to use these funds for asphalt, but I will be applying for a grant for basically a complete streets project in the same area that will tie in the improvements from $250,000 for Rincon Road and Fifth Street, both intersections. Improvements to, the US 101 on and off ramps. Those would be temporary pedestrian improvements. And then we want to do some bike improvements on Alta Street that will, eliminate the light that keeps falling in that little median. And we're gonna go after an RSTP grant for all that additional overlay work. But what's before you tonight is what we want to use SB1 money. We want to use SB1 money for the foundation of all that work, which is the asphalt. A lot of times, complete streets projects, they want you to strike bike lanes, not build a new road to put a bike lane on it. So we want to capitalize on that and kind of have a shelf-ready project where we could tie the community center to downtown and also eliminate some gaps on bike paths along Alta Street. And so this means that we will also be looking at some bulb outs at key intersections to allow pedestrians to cross safely across the road. So with that, back to what this resolution is about. Staff recommends that the City Council adopt Resolution 2621, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Gonzales designating reconstruction of Alta Minor Street between 3rd Street and 5th Street, 4th Street between Alta Minor Street and Belden Street, Rincon Road between 5th Street and Fairview Drive, and a slurry seal 5th Street from Alta Minor to Fano Road as the city's priority project for 2627. To be funded by SB1, the Road Repair and Accountability Act of 2017.
Great, thank you. I'm gonna go ahead and open this item up to the public for public comment. Anyone from the public wishing to comment on this item may do so at this time.
There's no one here in the chambers.
Okay. Joanne, do we have anyone via Zoom?
No comments via Zoom.
Mary, any comments via email?
No comments via email.
Okay. Then I'll go ahead and close the public comment period up and bring that back for council discussion or action.
I have a couple of.
Oh, you have a couple questions? Go ahead.
Yes. Have a couple of questions, Octavio. So this does not include the proposed improvements, Rincon from 5th through Del Monte and Cielo Vista. That does not include that.
No, that is already part of
That's
other funding.
another-
So those are the
The speed humps.
calming bumps, yeah.
Yeah, okay. What?
No, and yes, I want to, the timeline of these projects are exactly the same. Because in the RSVP grant, I'm gonna do there's 2 categories. One for a major RSVP program or improvement. And there's also a set aside pocket of money.
Okay.
For small things. And I'm going to be applying for set aside money for those improvements. And we will find out at the same time in August.
Okay.
And then I do plan on putting a set of bid documents together for our downtown, the improvements for the speed bumps, and also our street work that we're going to do for our assessment districts to make one huge project to hopefully reduce the unit price of the project.
And then what kind of timeline do you expect?
Well,
Everything to be done by Christmas, by?
No, well, we'll know in August, and then we'll get the documents ready, but by that time, if we're not able to make like a construction date of September, of October, November, we may push it off until the beginning of the construction season in 27.
Okay.
That would be this project would be delayed because we have that winter that we would just be complete, but we're just going to go out to bid, but then we're going to hold off for the rain season.
Okay, thank you.
And just to add, Octavia, correct me if I'm wrong, but once we find out in August whether the overall project is funded or not, if those portions don't get fully funded, then there's that set aside money that we asked for from Kate for that specific project that you're asking about.
Perfect, thank you.
And then just to add on to that, and at that time, if we don't get the grant, we'll move on with that project and we'll move on with our Dallas project and we'll move on with our assessment road project.
Cool.
So I guess one of the priority projects would be the Fourth Street improvement between Alta Minor and Belden. Right there in front of the pharmacy.
Yes, that's gonna happen no matter what, just delaying it to see if we can.
Got it.
get them.
Perfect, thank you.
Any other questions, concerns? Okay, if there's nothing else, then I'll entertain a motion for approval of the resolution.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we approve resolution number 2026-21 as presented.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All righty, moving right along, GYC.
All right, well, I'll begin with, Gonzales Youth Council updates, so it's not much as of right now. On May 14, 2026, the Gonzales Youth Council hosted their second to last GYC meeting. In this meeting, we discussed our review and feedback regarding the South County Youth Summit, with noticing improvements that could have been made, but also major positives that occurred within this. Additionally, we discussed the development of our capstone presentation, where we'll be sharing with you all soon regarding our work and contributions throughout this term. For GYC future related dates, on May 28th, the Gonzales Youth Council will be hosting their final meeting for the term, where we will do a rundown of our presentation and host a small celebration on our diligence for the year. On June 1st, the Gonzales Youth Council will be presenting to the City of Gonzales Council, or City of Gonzales Council, to discuss the capstone presentation and highlight our major achievements, along with highlighting our seniors and all our members. And then throughout the months of May and June, we'll be opening applications for students interested in joining the Gonzales Youth Council in the 2026-2027 term. We hope that many will apply and join our team of advocates and leaders. In terms of high school related dates, as the year comes to a close, the Gonzales High School will be hosting their senior celebration and Spartan Awards night on May 27 to highlight and honor students for their contributions to their academics. On May 28th, the Gonzales FFA Agricultural Department will be hosting their end of the year banquet, where we will be honoring members, passing out awards, recognizing individuals, and inquire about who will be leading the Gonzales FFA chapter for the 2026-2027 school year. EAOP, which is a support program their school has, and other programs will be hosting their annual celebration with different activities and food. As sports come to a close, many sports are already beginning to condition and prepare for the season, such as football and golf. As graduation season comes up, Gonzales High School's graduation will be on June 6th or June 7th. I forgot about that, sorry. And then Hartnell College is now accepting students to enroll and register for summer college classes, offering college credits and other opportunities to high school students. These are all the updates, reminders, and announcements pertaining to the Gonzales Youth Council and the Gonzales High School. Thank you.
Thank you. All righty. Coming back to council, I guess the next item on the agenda is council committee reports. So I start with League of Cities. I have nothing to report. And I believe the next is Mr. Funk. AMBAG.
AMBAG, yep, nothing tonight.
Nothing tonight? Okay.
Everybody's quiet right now.
Salinas Valley Recycles.
It's not Salinas Valley
I'm sorry.
Recycling, but it's MST. And
And
even in Lorraine's
absence.
absence, I just wanted to share something exciting. As you all know, the Salinas Valley Solid Waste Authority had a transfer station on Sun Street for many years that they relocated to Madison Lane some years ago. So it had a vacant piece of property. That was hard to sell because Salinas wanted to make some improvements there, calling it the Alisal Business District, something.
Marketplace.
Yeah, so that didn't pan out, but we had MST came to us with a proposal, and I want to report that it was successfully sold. We handed the key over last week to Carl from the MST, and so that they have a plan now what they're going to do, and it's going to be their new Corp bus yard. They're going to move it from their current location off of Rossi. And so it'll probably take a while to build that out, but it sounds pretty exciting. They have some pretty exciting plans. And as long as they get them through the planning in City of Salinas, I hope hope it doesn't take too long before we see something new there. So that was kind of wearing my solid waste authority hat, but on behalf of Lorraine, since she's not here today.
Thank you. Well, since you started it, then let's go ahead and move on to oral communications and I'll let you continue.
Okay, all right. I just want to thank everybody who did attend the Salinas Valley Fair. I know I saw Scott there on Saturday. It was a busy day. The weather was probably the windiest I've ever seen in King City. I think we all came back with hay fever and dust in our eyes for a few days. But I think overall it was a huge success. My husband and I volunteer in some of the exhibit buildings, and we all noticed that there was an increase in the projects that the students do from FFA and 4-H. So it was really great to see. If you didn't have a chance, you missed out. The floral displays this year, they were over the top. I thought they were absolutely wonderful. Arts and crafts, the local schools in King City, especially the little ones, they all want to run in and see their finger painting or their projects. It's just fun to see the excitement in the kids. And then the older kids, all the woodworking projects, the welding projects, the beautiful barbecue pits that they made, they do sell them. And I think one of them at the last time we saw the bid sheet was at about $6,000. So yeah, this is not your regular little Weber.
You must have been a heck of a barbecue pit.
So they all did a fantastic job, and kudos to everybody, and thanks to everybody who did support the auction on Saturday. It's a busy time because if you've never been to their auction, you've never seen one like that. There's 2 rings going. There's even numbers and odd numbers. And if you don't pay attention which ones you got a bid on, like I found out, it's like I had to run to the other side real quick and got the bid for somebody and had to run back to get the other one. So it is a fun time, I think, even with all the chaos. It's controlled chaos. I just want to thank the community for coming out to the 2 meetings we had last week here in the council chambers. One was kind of a Q&A for Measure B. I think it was well attended. It was informative. There were representatives here who were able to answer the questions. And then the following night, we had one that was put on by TAMC and Caltrans with regards to our 5th Street overcrossing. That was kind of the main thing that they really focused on. And again, I think both meetings were fairly well attended. I would have liked to have seen more participation, but I think it was what it was. And finally, just want to remind everybody that next Monday, the 25th, is Memorial Day. There will be a ceremony out at the cemetery at 9 a.m. And I will be reading the names. And just remember that Memorial Day, it's best not to say Happy Memorial Day because that's a day of remembrance for those that gave the ultimate price for their country, our country. And the red poppies, I have them if anybody wants them. And that's it.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Mr. Funk.
Yeah, Mr. Mayor, nothing really additional tonight. Congratulations, Councilmember Silva.
Thank you.
Ms. Orozco.
Thank you. Yes, congratulations, Liz, again on
Thank you.
being nominated Ag Woman of the Year award. So I just want to thank staff, we had 2 great events in the park, the latter part of April and early this May with the Children's Festival and and the Cinco de Mayo. And I really want to thank the staff, Public Works staff, for every event that we have in the park. They're out there setting things up and making sure things run smoothly and that everything is in place. So again, thank you to our Public Works staff. To our police department, thank you again for participating in those events. And our fire department, Chief, when the police officers are out there with their table and the volunteers and the kids are around coloring and doing activities, it's great to see that interaction and that engagement with our police officers in a very positive manner, and the families and the parents also involved, that the kids get to sit. Is it in front of the car? They don't sit in the back of the car, but they get that fun experience. So again, just want to thank the staff. 4th of July is just right around the corner. So again, Rotary will be celebrating 4th of July in the park with our famous barbecue ribs that will be available in the parade. And we have a couple of Rotarians here with us tonight. So And then in August, we will celebrate the golf tournament. These are the two major events that we do, the barbecue, 4th of July, and then our scholarship golf tournament that we have in August. So stay tuned because there's a lot of things happening and certainly can use some sponsorships and some donation items for our events. Thank you.
Thank you. I've only got two small items. I had the pleasure of having lunch with a good friend of mine that's the director of maintenance over at Taylor Farms. And he commented, one comment was regarding the four-way or three-way stop as you come out from Taylor Farms on River Roads. Carmen, Mary, we drove by there and you remember it was kind of like, hopefully the wheel alignment's still on the car, but we'll see. I know that there's an assessment district as part of the industrial park. Will that cover that intersection? Because I don't know where it rates on your time frame, our public works director, Mr. Hurtado, but take a ride out there and make sure that you take a truck because that's probably the easiest way to get around that one. Those big trucks, I know, it's probably will be a mute thing because as quickly as we fix it, they're going to damage it again. I mean, they go out of here fully loaded. And so there's a ton of weight going on that road out. So that's one thing that he mentioned that he'd really like to see it addressed, if at all possible. I said I'd mention it here. The other comment he had, and he had a really valid one, I hadn't really paid attention to it, was he says that they pay to have their solar panels washed at least 4 times a year. It's a little dusty here. So he was wondering why the city doesn't have a similar program for the solar panels that are just in the, where the well pumped areas. And I don't know if that's part of the maintenance or not done, but I know my son, who's an electrical engineer, actually did his thesis for his final on how much it improved the efficiency of the units by having them kept as clean as possible. Makes all the sense in the world, right? Dirty window, you really can't see out, so dirty shield on the front of that solar panel probably isn't allowing as much absorption of solar power into the panel. So I don't know what the maintenance schedule is, but he says that for Taylor Farms, because they have it all over on top of the roof, those get washed at least 4 times a year. And I know that we also have a whole bunch of solar panels over at Constellation, and I don't think I've ever seen anyone on top of those. So just food for thought. I'm just throwing it out there. I know that Public Works is never lacks for things to do, but that's, do we pay somebody? And do we see what kind of energy it produces versus clean, not clean? I would venture to say that we would probably see our money returned by keeping them clean. My 2 cents.
We'll take a look at the frequency, Mayor. I know there, some of them do get maintained. The Constellation one is something we got to look at, because I'm not sure the frequency for maintenance on that one for sure. But the other ones, we'll pull up the agreements and just take a look at the frequency.
If you would, please.
If I add onto that, the police department, the whole top of the roof or solar panels, we get maintenance, I think it's 4 times a year.
Okay, so you're on the right schedule.
They come out, they get on top, it sounds like the roof's caving in, but. I know we have something. Oh, yeah.
Good.
Thank you.
I'm curious what that bill is for the police department, because it'd be interesting to see, they're probably pretty minimal, right? Really? Huh, so maybe we,
Shut the lights off.
well, I'm thinking they didn't put a big enough solar system in there, chief. So,
Good points and something we're looking at and getting a handle of all the solar panels we've got out there. So point taken.
okay,
We'll do some research on that.
that's my 2 items. Then I will go ahead and bring this over to Carmen for.
So yeah, so I think this week is a week of festivities. I'd like you to join me in actually congratulating Joanna, who just graduated with her bachelor's degree from Cal State East Bay in business this weekend. So that's all good for put you on the spot, but we have to celebrate those major achievements. So going to school while working full time is, a big achievement. So
Great.
we'd love to have her here as part of our team and want to make sure honor her dedication to finishing her schoolwork as well. So congratulations on that. June 2nd, make sure everybody make your voice heard. It's last day to cast your ballot. So if you haven't turned it in yet, get educated on the facts and make sure you vote. July 4th, just, obviously, Councilwoman Orozco already mentioned that, but we've got a big celebration and event at the park. So stay tuned and hope to see a lot of folks out there. And then I've mentioned July 18th is the famous car show in town. So looking forward to that. That will take place from 12 to 4, but the cars start rolling in at, so it's technically 8 o'clock, but really 6 o'clock in the morning, they start showing up. So I know. By the time we're here at 8 o'clock, there's already a whole line of them ready to go and we're late. So anyway, we're excited for that. So just mark your calendars and that's all I have.
All right. Anything else
Oh,
from anyone else?
yes, Director Hurtado had a few things to share.
Thank you, Carmen. Mr. Mayor, members of the council, I just want to have a few things I want to brief you on. We'll start with some positive news. Today at 4:32, I received an email from Caltrans issuing us an encroachment permit for the truck bend project. And 5 minutes later, they sent an email asking for us to fill out a feedback, how they did.
Feedback. And I said it's way too long. Took way too long.
So we'll be working with the contractor to give them the updated plans, let them see if there's any changes and then get him going on those. On that.
Hey, before I get off council.
Let me start with your two questions. Is the solar panels normally, I think it's Optera who put them in, and normally during their 10-year warranty, they come out and clean them themselves, and then after that, they charge for that service. And yes, it is very beneficial to clean them, and it produces more energy that way. So like Carmen said, we'll have to look at and see where we're at in the lifespan of them, and if it's probably our responsibility and seeing what our contract says. I know they are going to be out at the treatment plant to replace something, I believe tomorrow. So and yes, they do need washings, and I may ask them if it's something that we can do and how we can do it without damaging them. So it's not that hard to run a pressure washer on the ones that are on the ground. So we'll look at that. The second item is the assessment districts were kind of coming up to the tail end, but one of the reasons is that there's money in all the not all of them, but there's money in some of the assessment districts, and so there's projects that can be done. So in the industrial park, I proposed to set aside about $450,000 for a street project. And I believe that's what your comment was on the streets, right? Not on a signal, right? Okay. Because there was mention in the assessment district about a signal, but my plan was to do a street project there.
Right.
And that's where that project, we're going to do them all at the same time. We're going to do 4th Street, 5th Street, those projects and they're all going to be done at the same time. So
great.
So we are looking at that. The next item I want to talk about is the wastewater treatment plant, and we'll give you an update. I don't know if you recall, to empty out our pond to dredge it, we had to pump the water over to the industrial pond, and then it turned out that they said, well, we got to get your water out of here because we got to finish building this facility. So we're currently about 80% through pumping the water back, but we got the elevation of all of our existing ponds down low enough that I was able to take that water back in our ponds, bring it back to the front of the cycle to let it actually diluted our ponds and made the quality a little better. So right now we're running very full ponds, but we have a completed empty pond C that's ready to go. So we have insurance there. So we're gonna wait till we get all the water from the industrial, and then we're just gonna manage it, and then we're gonna work on emptying another pond and use pond C. So we're kind of ahead of the ball on it.
Great,
So,
great.
and at that point, once that's all done, we're gonna look at the clarifiers and see if we can eliminate the clarifiers to eliminate that monthly expense. And just start holding our own, if you will. So
Great.
that's the end of my
Excellent.
report. Thank you.
Anything else? Okay, that's it. All right, I'll entertain a motion for adjournment.
Oh, wait, Mr. Mayor,
Yes, I'm sorry, I get ahead of myself.
This much.
This much. Unfortunately, it's one of those moments again that I really don't look forward to, but it happens and seems like we're losing a lot of good people. May 11th, or excuse me, right, May 11th, I believe was his passing, was Mike Francioni, part of the Francioni Brothers farming operation. I believe that only leaves Ray. 'Cause
Yes.
Danny's gone and now Mike's gone, and so that only leaves Ray. And then our Councilwoman Lorraine Worthy suffered a loss as well. And you're gonna have to pronounce her mother's name because I unfortunately,
yeah, Lorraine's mother was Nelda Pedrozzoli, and she passed yesterday.
so would you all please join me for a moment of silence? Thank you very much. May they rest in peace.
Amen.
All right, now I'll entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Stand adjourned. Please turn off your mics.